Hello, my name is Darren. So can we wait for another minute for other attendees to join? Yep. So we are going to start the webinar very soon. Thank you so much for joining, and we hope that you are going to learn something new from this webinar. All right, let's get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's SiteCom webinar on the topic Global Mnemonics and Global Mnemonics Hub. My name is Darren. I'm the host for today's webinar. Together with me today is my colleague Miroslav. Before we get started, I would like to go over a few quick housekeeping points. Today's session will be about 30 minutes, and there will be a Q&A session at the end. So feel free to drop your questions in the chat throughout the presentation. We'll do our best to answer as many as we can. Also, I would like to remind everyone about our series of SiteCom webinar. This is the 7th webinar. This webinar and with other webinar recordings can be found at Kongsberg Digital Community Portal, community.kongsbergdigital.com. Also, we have upcoming webinars with the topic SiteCom Video Presence, SiteCom Chat, and SiteCom Enterprise Solutions. Kongsberg Digital, the Tomorrow Show is happening in Houston on 22nd of October next week. The Tomorrow Show is Kongsberg Digital annual technical conference that provides insights from Kongsberg Digital top management, customer success stories, AI, and machine learning talks. This event is free, so if you like to participate, please register yourself at thetomorrowshow.com. We look forward to seeing you there. Kongsberg is a technology powerhouse. We have four major divisions: Kongsberg Maritime, Kongsberg Defense and Aerospace, Kongsberg Discovery, and Kongsberg Digital. Our technologies covered from deep sea to outer space. All right, in Kongsberg Digital, we have different solutions answering the industrial need, such as Cognic Twin for asset optimization, carbon capture and storage, as well as vessel insights for fuel consumption and fuel transition. And of course, for SiteCom, which is one of our flagship products that manages real-time well construction data and infrastructure. So what is SiteCom? SiteCom is a comprehensive real-time data management solution for well construction, offering a wide range of features to optimize operations. It provides tools for tracking time-based KPIs, advanced analytics, web-based visualization, and robust QA and QC. With a centralized database and standardized data acquisition, SiteCom ensures accurate and efficient data management throughout the entire well construction process. All right, SiteCom in numbers. We have more than 600 rigs, active rigs globally, with one single customer having more than 240 rigs. Each year, we delivered more than 3,000 wells. I would like to introduce our speaker for today webinar, Mr. Miroslav Kristopanik. Miroslav is our technical sales manager based in Norway. He holds a master's degree in petroleum engineering. Now, let's dive into today's agenda. We are going to discuss about standardization. We are going to talk about what is global mnemonics and why do they matter. What is a low maintenance system? Global Mnemonics Hub, way ahead, and also we have a Q&A session at the end of the webinar. Miroslav, the floor is yours.
Great. Thank you, Darren, for such a great introduction to Kongsberg Digital, SiteCom, and also introducing me. Thanks for that. So let's dive in to our today's topic. And I couldn't tell more about today's topic if not starting with an example from our everyday's life, which is standardization on roads, road signs. They play a very crucial role. And I believe that every driver, irrespective if from Europe, Asia, or US, can tell that with road signs, you have safer driving. And I will tell you this is because the road signs are recognizable for drivers. And one of the best examples is a stop sign here. And if I think about the same, if not similar, reference in our industry, how we are dealing with standardization in our industry. There is WITSML 1.4 standard that defines more than 20 data object schemas to support well-site data operations. And this sounds like we have the right solution in place, right? But with a current standard, there is nothing about namings, descriptive namings of logs, mnemonics. And one example could be even the simplest reading, like block position, the height of where the traveling assembly is. It can have numerous names across different regions, companies, and systems. Another challenge that we have in the industry that's not covered by current standardization is how this reading will look like on your report or visualization dashboard, which color it will have, which style. So those challenges SiteCom approached with Global Mnemonics, and now soon to be released Global Mnemonics Hub that I will cover later in the webinar. Right now, I would like to ask a question and answer it shortly. Why global mnemonics matter? But before that, I must explain a little bit for those of you who are unfamiliar with what global mnemonics are. And this name refers to SiteCom standardized names to manage web data. These mnemonics provide a common language for engineers, operators, system owners across the globe, across the system, across the business units or different teams. So this means that we are ensuring everyone will be on the same page, will be speaking the same language. And moreover, global mnemonics can prioritize data from different sources. So for example, we'll have a mud temperature reading from a mud logging unit, and at the same time, similar, if not same, reading can be provided from a rig control system. But in case, for whatever reason, we want to receive the reading from mud logging unit, we can switch back to rig control system in real time and automatically. And let me give you a short example on how global mnemonics work. We have an example of load and hook with different source curves from different sources. We will have one number one with name HKLDT, number two with load on hook, number three with respective priority that we set in global mnemonics, and number four with another different name. And those parameters can be streamed in parallel at the same time. Here in this example, they have different colors, and this is just to highlight that those parameters can have different health status, different quality. And that's why most likely we would like to prioritize them accordingly and put the ones that have the best health, the best data quality on number one priority. Okay, so we have those 4 streams available. So what will be the output of global mnemonics for our users? First and foremost, it will be under unified global name. In this example, I picked HKLA. And since we're talking about this example, it will be precisely the same, and it will be precisely the same as priority 1, and it will be available in real time for our users. Okay, but to fully understand the potential of global mnemonics, we'll have to go to more complex case. Again, load on hook. We have priority 1, but this time is grayed out, which means we have no data on this data stream from this source. We have priority 2, but for whatever reason, it stopped streaming in the mid of the operation. We'll have the same priority 3, which was unavailable for most of the operation, but then started streaming. And we have our priority 4 with maybe less favorable quality of measurements of readings, but it was available throughout the whole operation. And again, we'll end up with the global name HKLA available in real time, this time spliced through from all 3 available priorities and also spliced accordingly to the priority. So this is how basically global mnemonics work. There's more magic and technical stuff behind it. But from what I have just said, let's go back to my previous question, why global mnemonics matter? And now I can try answer that. So I believe that global mnemonics reduce risk of errors because with the standardized names, this helps engineers to avoid confusing one reading from another. We have one standardized name for the parameter across the system. Next, they minimize data outages. As we see, global mnemonics can reduce a risk of having a blank screen or report, a measurement missing from a visual. The third one refers to real-time data use because global mnemonics are actually splicing working in real time with no significant delay. So either it's for visuals, either it's for connecting your AI algorithm. It's all available in real time. And last but not least, this one refers to our Global Mnemonics Hub. They enhance user experience because once you start using them, it's reducing stress, confusion, and inefficiencies for end users that use SiteCom Portal. And SiteCom Portal is our front end that consists of many applications, one of which is, for example, KPI analytics, another would be live. But I can summarize why global mnemonics matter with the statement that in short, they matter because they save you time and resources. Okay, with that, what I have just said, what I have tried to explain, let me tell you a story. Story about a company that haven't used SiteCom and didn't know about global mnemonics and wanted to have an AI venture project. And of course, as every AI venture, faced some challenges related to it. And those challenges quite often are data storage and management, data quality, data integration, cost and time, and last but not least, security, privacy, and data governance. So once upon a time, a digitalization team, together with an AI team in an operator company, decided that they will help in casing running operations by providing an AI algorithm that will spot when the casing will get stuck, is going to get stuck. So to train this model, they used set of parameters, and for those parameters to be digested by the algorithm to learn the model, they had to unify the names, unify the units, and for that a special module had to be added to the algorithm. This of course takes time. This also took some effort and shifted the focus a little bit from the main task. After that was done, they saw opportunity in combining real-time data together with memory data, because usually memory data have better quality, better resolution. So with that in mind, you probably get better results from your model, right? So the team had to learn the WITSML specific, industry-specific standard, stitch together the data sets, and since all the operation happened in different environment, they had to face some challenges with data governance, security, and privacy. But it went well. And after initial tests, they decided to go big and train the model on a bigger set of data, like years of past wells, numerous wells, data set. And this was a real challenge, scaling up, providing the same quality of data for the bigger scale. Eventually, they made it, but the conclusion was that it's a little bit not sure how this project can scale up. And the story I just told, I've heard a similar one some time ago. Maybe some of you in the audience heard similar type of stories or been part of this. And since I was telling the story from a perspective where SiteCom and Global Mnemonics were not known, let's imagine that this company had SiteCom, had Global Mnemonics, and this information, this data that they were looking for was available right away. So with that, I believe that really Global Mnemonics is a very good concept that can help in AI ventures, especially in oil and gas industry. And when we're talking about a data set, in the reference to the story I've just told, I would like to share one case of an operator that sort of took control, gathered from service companies 8 years worth of data from the operations, put it all together into SiteCom and standardized those data sets using Global Mnemonics. And from now on, this all standardized is available to end users. Yes, I've mentioned using data, I've mentioned visualization. So of course, SiteCom has its front end. We have nice dashboards, a lot of applications, reporting applications, analytics applications. But if you would like to use this data for AI ventures, for example, we provide robust connectors like WithSML 1.4 or 2.1 just recently, which is industry standard. We have connector API that delivers results in a JSON format, easy to use. Next, we have Excel plugin. If you would like to manipulate data in your spreadsheet, there you go. And last but not least, we also have an OData with quite understandable querying patterns. So you see right now on this slide, there are four connectors, and I believe that each connector has its own, brings a solution to each need, basically. And this is the part where I would like to stop focusing on Global Mnemonics itself, and I'm very happy to announce that we are going to release Global Mnemonics Hub. Global Mnemonics Hub is an application that is designed for efficient management and standardization of curves connected with Global Mnemonics. And it offers a quite modern, user-friendly interface that integrates with SiteCom portal. It will be a central hub for all global mnemonics management. And let me bring it closer to you. So system-wide standardization. With the hub, you can fully customize curve properties, style like line color, width, size, ranges, the colors for day theme, the dark theme, you name it. And by this standardization, uh, the system adapts to your organization and not other way around. The system works for your organization, not other way around. Very, very, very important. And also it's very important for decision makers that often work long hours, long shifts, tackle multiple assets at the same time. And with this standardization that comes with Global Mnemonics and the hub, their work becomes easier, less prone to risk of making a mistake. So I made a comparison with and without Global Mnemonics Hub. This one is without Global Mnemonics Hub. Even robust, high-performance UI, you add some curves, additional parameters to your screen, to your visualization, but you still have to make some work, manual work, to get things right, like ranges, colors, styles, you name it. I will cut here because it takes some time, and I would like to present to the contrary use case with Global Mnemonics Hub, whereas the only thing that I care about is to make sure that I use this import styles from Global Mnemonics Hub. Okay, it just took me a couple of seconds. I measured myself 4 times quicker, but it's not only about time, it's also about how we feel it will lower the stress level, our uncertainty of, for example, picking the right ranges, or uncertainty if others following the same styles and patterns. I would say this is something unmeasurable. Next one, clearer management. And this is a part mainly targeting administrators of the system. The UI now gives you a very clear indicators when you make a change in terms of editing, subtracting, adding new entries, clear indication. If you're happy with your changes, you can decide whether or not push the changes to the main configuration. So modern UI with clear indication. Next one is better control. You made the changes or someone else made the changes. And this time you can see when was the last modified date of the entry, when it was created, the entry, and who was the last user that made changes to the entry. So this provides a transparency of the system. That was quite a lot. I hope I haven't speed up too much. But apart from what you just saw, our understanding of Global Mnemonics and Global Mnemonics Hub supporting standardization in the system, as an example, we also have some ideas for the future of the solutions. First one is tax integration, which means we will try to tag sensor groups together. By that, I mean group for drilling, group for cementing, for running into the hole type of operations. With that in mind, end users will just open a group and all the parameters will be available from there. Next one would be a selective and customizable mappings. Special needs require special approach. And we saw that quite often there will be wellbores that totally deviate from defined set. So we would have to apply a custom settings. This also will be a good solution for third-party integrations, where third parties sometimes require a special naming conventions, for example, special units, and this would be answer for that challenge. Next, we'll have a splicing control, manage persisted logs from this app. And last but not least, operation tree context support. This mainly refers to dynamic ranges that change alongside the change of operations. With that, I would like to summarize a little bit what I have just said. I hope you saw that standardization is a way to save time and resources. A good example in SiteCom is unification of names, units, and styles using Global Mnemonics Hub and Global Mnemonics itself. From my experience and understanding, human is always irreplaceable part of any AI venture, but the data management can scale accordingly. And I haven't covered that in this webinar because of the time, but low maintenance system is one that operates efficiently and with minimal intervention. And I believe Global Mnemonics is a great example of that. If you would like to learn more about it, feel free to reach us or ask here. I think we're ready for some Q&A, right, Darren?
Yes, and thank you, Miroslav, for the great insights on how Global Mnemonics and Global Mnemonics Hub can provide additional values to real-time data operations and real-time data management. So it looks like we have some questions coming in from the audience. So here's the question number one. Is there an option to prevent prioritizing global mnemonics, especially when using more than one source? In Mexico, this works well, but the end user has requested that it's not switch between service providers.
Very good question. I think at the moment, the only solution would be to pick whether or not you actually would like to use a prioritization for the service companies that you would like to not see. This is also referring to the special customization that we think that applying a special customization set for this type of events would be the best. So there are some solutions available right now, but we understand that type of challenges as well. So stay tuned for what we're thinking of in the near future.
Thank you, Miroslav. Second questions. I have 5 years of historical well data from different service companies with different mnemonics. Can I standardize all of this data into one single database with standard naming conventions?
Yeah, of course. A good example was included in webinar from North Sea. But just quickly, SiteCom from the beginning is a place where you put together all the streams data streams all together in one place under one well-born with XML context. And if it comes to importing data, yes, in through many connectors is either with XML, CSV, or any other supported data format. You put it into the SiteCom and log objects with time or depth indexes. They can all be standardized using Global Mnemonics.
Thank you, Miroslav. And it looks like we still have a lot of questions coming in, but due to time constraint, we can only take another questions for these sessions. So the question is, how much work is required to maintain global mnemonics?
Yeah. Probably you saw a lot in this webinar. I can assure you that we ship Global Mnemonics with predefined set that is based on our experience from all over the world, different service companies, different data sources. We'll also plan to release one with suggested styles when it comes to Global Mnemonics Hub. So it's basically plug and play from the start. But if you like to have some tuning, or changes applied, our team will help you or guide you.
Thank you, Miroslav. Well, that's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope this session has been informative and given you some valuable insights about SiteCom Global Mnemonics and Global Mnemonics Hub. If you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to us directly after the session. The recording of this webinar will be available on Kongsberg Digital Community Portal. Thank you once again. We look forward to seeing you at our next webinar. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Thank you so much.